A great big happy Thursday evening to all you fine folks out there on the World Wide Web, all over Facebook and all over YouTube. Don't forget, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show have our own YouTube channel. It's under Dirt Road Sports on YouTube. All the episodes are archived there for your convenience and your viewing pleasure. And we welcome you tonight. It is Thursday night. It is May the 8th. 2025, and it's time for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show coming live and in color. We welcome each of you tonight, no matter where you're joining us from, no matter where you're at right now, whether you're in a restaurant, maybe you're in a five-star restaurant in New York City dining, watching Charlie Platt, the Dirt Road Sports Show, or you might be on the banks of the Chattahoochee River eating a can of sardines while you're trying to catch some catfish. Either way, and all in between and all inch between. We appreciate you joining us tonight for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live and in color. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight at all four studios. Enterprise, Georgia, Thompsontown, Georgia, 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia. Turn number 3 at the old Rocket Speedway in Kinsey, Alabama, coming to you loud and proud. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and loud and proud since day one, and still loud and proud. The signal is as strong and bright as it's ever been in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. And we welcome all of our friends and neighbors and family from up around Baker County, Georgia tonight. Yes, sir. You are tuned in right here to nothing but the best in TV programming, right here, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, where you're going to hear the truth and nothing but the truth. You're going to hear things here that you will not hear on any other major news network, any other internet source, any other newspaper, magazine, or tabloid. You will hear it right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But bear in mind, we are not for everyone. We are not for everyone. If you do not subscribe to common sense thinking, conservative Judeo-Christian principalities, and conservative political stances, we are probably not the television show for you. We are probably not what you need to spend your next hour and 15 minutes doing. You would be just as well to go outside and find where your cat has used the bathroom and bury that in the ground as you would be to stay here with us, because we're going to run your blood pressure up. We're going to make you nervous and probably going to even make you angry. But if you do subscribe to those kinds of things, I promise you, you're at the right channel. Nowhere else in America or on the planet, for that measure, can you find it rather than right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Guys, I don't like to give kudos to Charlie Platt. Y'all know that. I don't like to give kudos to Charlie Platt, but I have got to give kudos to Charlie tonight. Charlie, if it had not been for Charlie, I would not have sold the big screen tonight. Would not have sold the big screen. 99.999997 and 1/43 1/4 inch in diagonal. And it's all because of Charlie Platt, this man called. We are live tonight at Mario's Mexican Midget Moped Motocross Racing in Moultrie, Georgia.
Man.
Well, look here. After that opening and that deal, I think we ought to take up an offering for Marvin right now. If y'all would just take a $20 bill out of your pocket right now and send to Marvin Spitznargle in care of me, I'll take care of getting it to him now.
I'd rather not deal in cash. Let me throw a QR code up there and let y'all just cash out me, rather.
Say it again. Say it again. What's over there in Moultrie?
Mario's Mexican Midget Moped Motocross Racing in Moultrie, Georgia.
I've seen every kind of racing at one kind of game, but I have never seen midget motocross. You said what a moped Mexican midgets. In fact, I've never seen a Mexican midget, if you will. I'm sure they there.
That
But
that was that was a first for me too, Floyd. I got to admit,
man,
it caught.
I've seen car races, dirt track races everywhere, from Halebird to Rocky Speedway to Albany Speedway. They had an old dirt track in Albany up there one day. One night we loaded up and went up there, and they would stayed off the track. They run off the track. Some of them, one of them, his name was Skibo Calhoun, the one that kept spinning off the track. And anyway, we went up there and observed that. But I never have seen that. Never have seen a Mexican midget motocross race before.
You know, midget wrestling is real big right now.
It
Oh
is.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know it
sir.
used to be. Yeah, it used to.
Yeah,
Man, them midget women. They'd have midget women wrestling. You remember that?
exactly, exactly. Oh yeah, I got drop kicked by one named Diamond Leo one night.
What he do?
I
Kick
had,
you in the knee?
yes, drop kicked me in the knee. Thank you, Queasel. That's exactly what happened. She
Yeah,
was she was
that drop kicked him in the kneecap.
no
Hey,
behind hit the backside.
Entertainment's where you find it.
Woo.
It's where you find it.
In this day and time, you can find it anywhere you look. Any
Right.
angle you want to look, you can find entertainment that don't cost you nothing. Why all
No,
these
doesn't
folks pay all this big money for stuff, I do not understand, because you can be entertained by watching your fellow man, if you will.
you can go like to the tax office, or you can the tax and tag office. You can get entertained in there if you stay in there long enough. You can hear some things in there. You can at City Hall. If you would listen in on the phone sometime, I imagine at City Hall you can hear. Oh, what about this one? What about 911 calls? You know, if somebody would if they would just write a book about 911 calls.
You wouldn't believe
I
it.
heard it wasn't from around here, it was from somewhere else. I had some good friends, I think over around Thomasville or somewhere, that connected with the law folks over there. They were talking about, they got a call in one time. Some guys a 911 call, and he has an emergency. They said, "What's your emergency?" I got my foot hung in the commode. So how do you do that? And another one one time said Sylvester, and I took the remote to the game, and I want it back. Now, I don't know if it was literally the game, in the house, or if it was going to the game. But anyway, Sylvester had the remote, and this lady wanted it back. They play, it's just unbelievable what law enforcement people have to hear.
Hey,
Oh, good.
Time to
you know,
time.
listen, I've even heard of them before, like being like a 12-year-old unruly, and we can't handle him.
Uh-huh.
That had
Yeah, called the law, and hey, and here the ambulance and all that, and the fire truck and the police, all of them have to go out there, don't they? When they got a 911 call, is that
Yeah.
right, Weasel?
You wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff we go to. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. You
Oh, I
wouldn't believe
would. Yes, I would. I don't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would. If anybody got their foot hung in the commode, yeah, I wouldn't believe anything.
so when you were 12, your daddy he called 911 for you, didn't he?
Well, we didn't have
We didn't
911,
have
but he didn't need
911.
it.
We
He
did
didn't
not
need it.
have
He had
911.
911 holding
We
his
had
britches
we
up.
had it was organically growing. It was environmentally friendly growing in our yard.
Yeah.
That was 911.
Let me say hello to somebody right quick. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world, and you guys know him indirectly. Dr. Perry Mobley is on the line with us tonight watching. So, Doc, we appreciate you, buddy. Hope you've had a good day and didn't let no cows run over you or anything like that. But that's one.
If I may, let me share a story on Dr. Mobley. This is
Uh-oh.
a real true story. Seminole County. I went down there, and I'm a cattle appraiser, and I was appraising a cattle herd for a guy, and he lived down in South Seminole County down there. And anyway, we got it. Of course, we get to be buddies. I try to, I open up to people, and they open up to me. And he was talking about Dr. Mobley was his veterinarian. And he said we had one old red cow. He said she had put everybody over the fence. He said she had done this and she had done that. And finally, Dr. Mobley said, let me get in there and see if I can do it. She wouldn't go in to shoot. She wouldn't do nothing. Couldn't get her in the gate. Just running around, slobber, snot blowing out of her nose everywhere, shaking her head. Dr. Mobley got in there, and she said she went to pawing like that, and he said he hit her right on the end of her nose, that cow, and knocked the cow out. Now we can do something with it.
That's Doc.
But now that's him. Let me
Yes,
tell
sir.
you. And Doc, if you listen, you said this is the story that told to me. Now, if you want to take up for yourself, you can do it. But that's the story that's told me in South Seminole County. Man had a good herd of cows, great herd of cows. But he said I had one that was just as crazy as a Democrat. And he said he said, well, he put her on the ground. Now that's a real deal there, buddy.
You wouldn't want to pick a fight with Dr.
No,
Mobley.
not at all. No, I wouldn't even want to talk about no fight with Dr. Mobley. But he's a great guy. He's a good Christian
He is.
guy. And everybody that knows Dr. Perry Mobley will vouch for that. So pleasure
Yes,
that
sir.
you tuned in, Dr. Mobley. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it.
We sure
And I've
do.
heard some other stories on him too from my friend down in Gerald Mason down in Camelton down there. I think they've worked together some at the Dothan livestock market over there doing some things. So, and I ain't gonna tell it all, Dr. Perry.
Hey, speaking of cows, Floyd, tell them about our friend Carl Cressman with
Oh
Custom.
yeah, he's one of the toughest cowmen you ever seen in your life. One of the best, one of the friendliest, and one of the best cowmen. Knows what he's doing, and he's not scared of a cow either. And I tell you something that Carl specializes in. He specializes in good service. He specializes in treating folks fairly with a good price on them. And listen, if you got some of them 400, 375 pound, 400 bull yearlings, and don't take them to the stockyard until you call Carl. Let Carl come out there. Let him work them cattle for you. Let him put the knife to them, and in just a little while, and you instead of you having you a $1,500 yearling, a $1,400 yearling, you'll have you a $2,000 yearling. You'll make money fooling with Carl Cressman. I guarantee you, he knows what he's doing. He ain't scared. He's a hard worker. He's a fair man. He'll treat you fairly. He'll charge you a fair price. He can haul them for you. He can pin them for you. He can ride a horse and rope them for you if you need. Whatever you need in the cattle business, in the cattle service business, call Cressman. Down there, he says he's in Bascom, but he is actually located, we've pinpointed him, he is in the original Tri-States area. All three, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, all three of those people, all three of those states join, I think, at his front door, at his house. So y'all call Carl. He's a good guy, and he'll treat you right. If you need some cattle work done, he's the man. He'll make you some money.
Hey guys, look right here. What's look at that. Look at that.
Now that's as good as he gets right there, fellas. I mean, now that is fine right there. Y'all know what that is out there. Nobody up there in Martha's Vineyard knows what that is, but everybody down here pretty much knows that's a bucket full of mayhaws right there. That's Miller County mayhaws too.
They look good too, don't they?
Miller County, they grown homegrown right here in Miller County, Georgia, and our good friends the Trawics do that. Cedar Head Mayhaw Company, they make that good mayhaw jelly. That's the mayhaws they make them with right there, guys and ladies. So if y'all want you some good mayhaws, look them up. Cedar Head Mayhaw Company here in Concord, Georgia. They nothing but the finest product in the world right there.
Hey guys, the sheriff of Hentown just sent this picture in. It's live as he's watching us.
Mm-hmm. What is that? A rain cloud coming across there?
That is. That's from the sheriff of Hentown.
I know it. I know he's the sheriff and the deputy.
Yep. And the chief.
You talk.
And the chief of police.
You talking about Mr. You talking about Mr. Goocher himself?
That's him right there.
I went through there yesterday. I didn't even get a speeding ticket. I was doing good. He didn't stop me.
He knew you was coming. He had the GPS.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Brother Carter's tuned in from not too far from there in Kemah. He ain't too far from.
He's right up the road from him now.
Hey guys, look at here. Look at this whole piece of history right here. That is in Leary, Georgia. That's an old train depot. I
Y'all
wonder.
know Lear, Georgia. Lear, Georgia. When you told folks from Lear, Georgia, man, they perked up and they listened to you. Uh, Lear, Georgia used to be it was rocking and rolling at one time, just like Damascus, Georgia used to be. But Leary, that's the old depot. And me and Nadine got out riding around the other day, and she was asking me where my mama was born, and I up around Elmerdale's where she come from up in there. We went up in there, Rensselaer's Bridge and Elmerdale. I said, I'm gonna take you to Milford up in Milford, Georgia. You ain't never heard shit. I ain't never heard of Milford, Georgia. I said they got a big mall there. They got a big shopping mall there, and I said they got a big concert stage. They got a big outdoor venue there. And I said I think Willie Nelson gonna be playing that tonight. So anyway, she swallowed it for about 10 seconds and said, "Y'all get out of here."
Spit it out.
Anyway, we rode up to Milford and saw that, and then went on up to Leary and saw the depot up there. It's I wish we could have saved our depot in Colquitt, Georgia. We tore it down and burned it up. The only thing left out of our old depot is the only thing left out of our old depot is the sign that was hanging on and it was saved. It was saved by one of them Cole Calhoun or some of them. Who was them? Larry Calhoun, Larry and Joanne's son. One of them. You knew him.
Cole and Chris.
He got it out of the fire. They was burnt. That was the last thing that they had thrown on the fire to burn. And that's before any of us had any sense about saving stuff. But they was burning the
Baby,
depot.
did you say something to me?
He saved that. And when we redid Cotton Hall, when we remodeled Cotton Hall and redid it, his mama brought that sign to us at Cotton Hall. She said, "I got something for you," and it was the original depot sign for the Colquitt Depot, and it's hanging in Cotton Hall. The sign you see hanging in Cotton Hall is not a reproduction; it is the original sign. That's the only thing left. But it's a shame to see, and I know it takes money, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of volunteer work, and a lot of people working hard to save stuff like that. But
Mhm.
but Lear, Georgia, there was a guy up there, Harvey, Mr. Harvey. He ruled the roost. Had the Harvey Banking Company, Harvey Peanut Company. He ruled the roost. Now let me tell you. Harvey Jordan was his name. Last name Jordan, first name Harvey. But they called it the Jordan Banking Company and Harvey Peanut Company, I believe is what they called it. Had his own bank. Damascus used to have a bank up there, big bank in Damascus. Aquila, Marvin. I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
I knew it.
Had a bank up there. Still did. In Damascus, Georgia. That's something.
It's the well they was where the city hall and the police department is now. At one time was a bank.
I think it was called the Dresser Bank. I believe is what it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody's tuned in from Damascus over there. I see we got Miss Kay Bryan. She's tuned in from Damascus. But I think it was the Dresser Banking Company, and it was owned by an affluent family of people up there in Early County, around that area. Big landowners, big timber folks up there that owned all that. I think it might have been the Hightowers that owned that bank long time ago. Long time ago. But that's there's a lot of history down here in Southwest Georgia and Southeast Alabama too. That a lot of people don't know anything about, and I just find it interesting. I used to listen to all them old folks talking, and I could learn stuff from them. I never have learned anything from anybody that was younger than I was, but anybody or anybody my age basically. But old folks I can learn from them.
We was last night. I've been in up around Atlanta most all day, and I had a meeting. So last night we had a business supper, I guess is whatever you want to call it, where you meet. Now anyway, we were talking, and there this fella sitting beside me, Charlie. I think this was before we even knowed you. I ain't for sure, but he was sitting there, and they was talking, and he's in the fire business, and he was talking about his training. They was all talking about that, and they asked him what all kind of specialized training. And let me tell you what he told them. He said, "Well, he said, I'm one of the few in the state of Georgia that has ever graduated from the Dirt Road Sports Academy." He said, "I attended a class that the dirt road sports taught. He said, I have the certificate. And he said, I attended that class when I was a young firefighter. And y'all know what that fella is today?
What?
He is the superintendent of the Georgia Fire Academy at the Public Safety Training Center.
See there? See there?
Yep.
Chase Elliott.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Ike McConnell. Ike
who?
McConnell is his name. Ike McConnell.
The superintendent, and that class was taught in Savannah, Georgia.
That's right.
Yeah, we were in Savannah. That's when we had that. That's when we had that big Prevost bus that we traveled around everywhere. To perform for everybody. That was in Savannah, and Chase was in Opp, Alabama. So man, you go from Opp, Alabama to Savannah, Georgia, spreading the influence.
Charlie was with
us
us with Chase.
Oh, yeah. How well I remember. That poor little old kid didn't know what to do. He saw the three of y'all coming up there dressed like you were. I thought he was going to break and run to start with.
You see what we made out of him, don't you? NASCAR champion.
That's it.
That's right.
Hey, I do remember this about the trip to Savannah when we taught that class. We went out to dinner that night to a place called Garibaldi's. It was an Italian restaurant. And the waiter come around and took, of course, I didn't do libations like Floyd did, but he wanted a Johnny Walker, and they tried to give him a Johnny Walker red, and he said, "No, man, I ain't drinking no red. I gotta have a little higher notch than red." I remember that distinctly. You remember it?
Well, I was out of town. I was out of town.
He had to get his mind right.
Showing out is what he was doing.
That next day, we was professors. We was teaching fire training, creditable fire training.
Yeah, Georgia Fire.
They got continuing education hours for that.
Yeah,
we give them a certificate.
Yep. Sure
And I promise you, it had an impact on him. That's probably been 12 years or longer ago.
It was I think it was before we ever went on the Charlie Platt show. I don't think we'd ever been to your show yet, Charlie. I can't remember.
That's maybe more like pushing 15 years we've been dirt.
Yeah, I started to say, y'all were on my show three times before I had the heart attack and surgery and everything, weren't you?
Yep, we were.
That was.
Were we on there before we got fired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think we wasn't on there before we got fired.
I don't remember.
We got fired. No. We weren't on there before we got fired.
That's what I wasn't talking about.
And I don't think we was on. I don't think we was on before you had your heart attack, Charlie. Because I remember
he was. We called him. We texted him and seen about him while he was in the hospital. Talked about it.
That's exactly right.
Well, see, I can't remember no way.
That was 13 years ago this week.
That you had the heart attack?
13 May 15th, 2012 is when I went in the hospital, and I came out all about the first or second week in June, I think.
Yeah, I remember it now. I do.
It was 2012, so that's 13 years ago.
Mercy.
Well, I don't know how long it's been. I can't remember. I got a copy of this. Well, I got a certificate. I got, for every hour taught, you get an hour credit. So I forget if we did a 2 or 3 hour class, but I got
about a 3 hour class. We had them in there. About 3 hours we had them.
With all of that knowledge up there, they should have got 2 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
They got 2 for 1.
Please tell them about Shingler Law.
There he is. That's like I say, he might not be the best lawyer in the world, but he's the best one anybody has ever seen. He can handle any kind of law you need. His specialty now is DUI. If you get a DUI, he will get you out of it. He also specializes in anything that you need to hear the 2 words "not guilty." He is the man that can get that done. When he walks in the court, the DAs and the prosecutors, they start looking for the back door somewhere, because when Mr. Shingler walks in the law, justice is fixing to be done. So if you need a lawyer, if you got trouble, if you need to go to court, you need a man to represent you. That's your man. If you just need regular lawyering or will or a divorce or a undivorce, or if you need uh, to buy some land, whatever you need, if you need a lawyer, he is the call that you need to make. 229-524-1225. They in Donaldsonville, Shingler Law. I tell you, if you need a lawyer, it's worth the drive to the great city of Donaldsonville and go in there and see the lawyer that all the other lawyers look up to. Billy Shingler, Shingler Law, 229-524-1225. Give him a call.
Hey guys, I hope y'all know. I reckon you know by now we got a new pope. Well, we don't, but the cat.
Yeah, that was gonna go over real well.
Hey, first one ever. First one ever from America. Never been an American pope before.
Well, I got to say I was disappointed.
Why?
Because I was hoping it was going to be either you or the fishing reverend.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One of the two of y'all.
Yeah.
Well,
And the only problem, I was in the running, but they didn't have one of them gowns big enough to fit me, so they marked me off.
What was the fishing reverend problem?
I can't say on the air.
they went back and showed some video of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports of that same catfish that kept coming to us week after week after week, and they disqualified him on that.
Oh,
I'll tell you what happened.
Bearing false witness.
Well,
yeah, that's it.
You know, here's the reason I thought the two of y'all qualified, because you know they got that smoke coming out that chimney, and both of y'all are experts at blowing smoke. So I figured that y'all would be the two top runners.
Ooh.
Yeah, we only smoke we blow. We put it on last week. Is coming from a barbecue grill with a pig laid on top of it.
Yeah, y'all know they ain't a whole lot of difference, and there's not a whole lot of difference in Jimmy Swaggart and the Pope.
Oh, tell me more.
Let me explain. There ain't a whole lot of difference. When you think about the root cause, you think about the root that's holding everything up, the tap root that's holding everything up with the Pope and with Jimmy Swaggart. Jimmy Swaggart is going to be on air. He's going to be on TV as long as he can convince people to keep sending him money. Okay. When they decide, Jimmy, we done with you, man. We done. The money stops when the money. That's the end of Jimmy Swaggart. Same thing with the Pope. When all them Catholics decide, hey, we done sending money to the Pope. You know what's going to happen to the Pope? They're going to cut his lights off at the Vatican. It goes and the Pope mobile. It ain't gonna be no electricity to charge the Pope mobile up, so he'll be out of bed. So basically, and this is just Floyd's, interpretation, reflecting, revelating. The Pope and they ain't a nickel's worth of difference in the Pope and Jimmy Swaggart. They both motivated by the same thing. They're held together by the same bond. Donations coming in. And if you think about it, Queasel and Charlie, I don't have to tell Marvin this. It's basically the same thing with a Baptist preacher.
Charlie, I need you to do something.
No. Take it down. We got a good conversation going. Whoa. Now, say that again, Floyd, about the Baptist what now?
It's basically the same thing. When the money quits coming in, when the money stops, and when they go out, that's when the electricity's gonna get cut off. And when the electricity's gonna get cut off, they ain't. That's gonna be it. There ain't nothing left to do no more. So
well, now, according to Marvin, now and this is what Marvin told me. I don't know nothing about Catholics. I ain't got nothing to say about them bad. I don't know one thing about them. Marvin said this Pope, that building and them grounds he lives on is his own country. That's what Marvin.
That's right.
Oh yeah, ambassador to the Vatican.
Vatican City.
The United States as an ambassador to the Vatican.
Isn't it the smallest country in the world?
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this: could we take that plot of land down there across from the funeral home, And could we make that the free will? We can make that the country of free will Baptists.
You could. You get designate if you could get out of if you could get out from under the umbrella of the city of Colquitt and
Oh,
Miller
that's gonna be a
County
problem.
and the state of Georgia.
Marvin, you reckon we could do that where we wouldn't have to pay no taxes to the city or nothing like that?
I doubt it very seriously, but we do need to go on to a commercial there,
Yeah,
Charlie.
man, let's pay some bills.
Okay, Soega meats you won't find any better anywhere in this part of the country. Two locations to serve you. The one between Blakely and Colquitt on US 27. Then you got the one up here in Headland, Alabama on US 431. Fine cuts, prime cuts of beef, whether it be filet mignon, ribeyes. They've ever so often check with them. They got those popular tomahawk steaks, plus great bacon, sausage, whether it be patty sausage, link sausage. It's all from Soega Meats. Two locations to serve you fresh, locally produced beef, and you won't find any better no matter what you want, whether it's ground beef or any of the fine cuts of steak they have. You won't find any better. Try them out this week. Soega Meat, 431 in Headland, and of course on US 27, the processing plant between Colquitt and Blakely, Georgia. Give them a try. Cook something good this weekend from Soega Meat Company.
Guys, Southern Hissy Fits on the Square in Colquitt, Georgia is a proud sponsor of Trivia Time on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Southern Hissy Fits, all your embroidery, t-shirt, tumblers, custom logos, whatever you need. Miss Vicky can handle it right there, 109 West College Street. Southern Hissy Fits on the Square in Colquitt. Tonight's winner will receive a Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show licensed logoed enamel car tag, compliments of Southern Hissy Fits. Guys, nobody got our question last week. We had a pretty hard one there. Nobody got that one, but got a little different question tonight. Here's the trivia question. What was the entertainer's name that recorded the chicken fight song? The entertainer that recorded the chicken fight song. It is also known as the story of Rojo.
That's what I thought. There was only one of them, too, folks.
Yeah, we're the one.
Ooh.
What was the entertainer's name that recorded the chicken fight song, also referred to as the story of Rojo? If you will.
That song was featured a good bit on the old show that brings it back, Taylor Made Opry, on Saturday nights from FM 95, neighbor. That and the number one song was let's see, he had the Houston County. Oh, Too Late to Bring Pretty Flowers.
Yes, Pretty Flowers. That's
He
it.
recorded that song, didn't he?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
He
yeah, Farley did. Yeah, that was Farley's song.
Did Farley
That was
write
Farley.
that song?
I think so. And the bass singer on the thing was none other than the singing sheriff from Barber County, Charlie Gilmore, and the Gilmore Boys. They backed him up on that song.
No, they
It
had
was
the Gilmores. Didn't they sing some gospel too?
yes.
Too Late to Bring Pretty Flowers, Farley Taylor. I'm trying to see here. They got a recording of it.
What you are you fact checking Floyd and Charlie? That what you doing?
I think I am hurt. I have just been hurt. I don't know about Floyd. Yeah, I got hurt today when I looked at the age of this Pope out of Chicago they got, and it's a reality check. Floyd's got just a little bit on me. I'm the second oldest. Queasel ain't too far behind, and then we don't know about Marvin.
Oh,
But
yeah.
It's bad when you look at the date of birth on the Pope.
Rojo done got it. The real
you ain't-
Rojo, she done popped up. There she is right there. Oh, she
That's
killed.
it.
That was her song.
Carl Crispin just came in too. He had it too. Archie Campbell. Archie
That's
Campbell
it.
is the one who did it. I think they
But it's
done,
They
it's a
tied.
reality.
They tied.
Yeah.
Gonna give both ones since we didn't give one away last week.
no. What we gonna take a pair of scissors and cut it in half.
They
I said,
get the other half next time.
Rojo.
That'll work.
We can do that.
Boy, Marvin tight when it comes to money. You know, he just tight.
This ain't costing Marvin nothing. Don't you know the MO with Marvin? It don't cost him nothing.
Well, you're right. You got
When
a
have
point.
you seen? When have you seen Marvin pay for anything?
Lord, ain't it time for you to talk about Ziggy B's real
Yeah,
quick?
put it on there. Let's talk about
Queasel.
one of my favorite folks in the whole world. Hell, Ziggy B Seafood Market, Colquitt, Georgia. What you talking about? We had them good old shrimp in there tonight when they got us some house, and we had some good old sweet corn that we cooked in the microwave. It was just as good as man. I'll be glad when this Georgia sweet corn comes in. That's going to be even sweeter than that Florida sweet corn. But Ziggy B, that good seafood market right there. Can't tell you enough about her. Can't tell you enough about what kind of person she is and how good a person she is and how honest she is and what a good business she runs and how business oriented and business minded she is. She's on top of her game. She ain't gonna sell you nothing that she wouldn't eat herself. And if you get anything in there that you can't eat, you take it back to her and tell her about it. And you and her can work something out on that deal. But go see Ziggy B. Ziggy B Seafood Market right here in Colquitt, Georgia. 208 West Main Street. Going out of Colquitt, going down there right to where that old big Ford dealership is, kind of behind the Hardee's in there, kind of across the street there from the Colquitt Pharmacy. Ain't hard to find. Just ask anybody. Call either one of us. Anybody, we'll tell you right how to find her and right what. Just go see her. You will not be disappointed. Ziggy B Seafood Market, Colquitt, Georgia.
That's
Well,
what it.
Queasel, I was asking you, when was the last time you saw Marvin pay for something? I never did get the answer to that question.
Well, Marvin is a creature of habit. See, what Marvin does is he goes out and he spies in all these places and he goes in and he tries them. And if they don't charge him nothing, he comes back. But if they charge him, he don't go no more. You know, he's got a store that
Okay.
he gets this free and that free and the other free and all that kind of stuff. And them stores what don't give him nothing free, you don't see Marvin at.
We need to
You
take a
know, and
lesson.
he's got a
Marvin
different
needs to
kind of
have a
hat. You know,
Marvin needs to have a he needs to have a seminar on how to do stuff.
well,
Yeah.
if they give something preachers free, he got him a hat and he got him one of them snap-on collars he'll put on and go in there and he get his free stuff there. If they give a city employee something free, he put on his city manager hat. You know,
Oh yeah.
And pull it
So the
back.
answer to the
yeah, he
answer
got a
to the
badge.
question.
It
So
works
the
for
answer.
everybody but the state patrol. Road patrol don't pay that bad no attention, but everybody else do. You know,
So the answer to your question is you ain't seen him pay for nothing.
not if he can get out of it.
Okay.
I tell you what, I have seen him hold up a line at a hotel from the desk out the door trying to get a upgrade to the riverfront side in a hotel in Savannah, and they finally gave it to him because if they didn't, it wasn't going to nobody. Me and everybody else was waiting to check in, and they just wouldn't. They gave him everything he wanted, but he wanted that room, and he wouldn't leave till they got it. And I've seen him walk out of a hotel in, I believe it was Birmingham, Alabama, over $2. Two
$2.
dollars. $2. He walked out over $2. Yep. He wanted the $2 rate. He wanted the online rate, and the woman wouldn't give it to him. And so she said, if you want the online rate, so there's a computer over there. So you go over there and type on that computer and make that reservation, and you get the $2. And Marvin said, I ain't gonna do it. And she said, well, you ain't gonna get no $2 rate.
Man, that
Ooh.
two heads done met, hadn't they?
Oh boy, what you talking about?
Marvin stood his ground though.
I know it did, but he didn't get that $2, did he?
I didn't get it $2, but they didn't get them 3 rooms neither.
Oh,
$2 now, and $2. It would
Yeah.
have been a total of $6. Matter of fact, somebody in the bunch said we'll pay the $6. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, it was a matter of principle at that point.
wait a minute. What y'all off on a trip? I know a government trip or something. Y'all, how many of y'all? How many was they in the trip? Three of y'all.
3 or
There
4.
was 4 or 5 of us. I can't remember.
Four. Yeah, 4. Yeah.
Oh well, I was just wondering about that. If three of y'all can stay there in one room,
And
then
that's a
you
negative on that. We definitely going to a commercial now.
need.
Listen, I sleep in the car before I sleep in the room with Marvin.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa.
Hey, I'm just asking.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think you have been told.
Guys, the Peach Depot, they are open for business. Highway 84, Iron City.
Yeah. We
Let
got
me show
nice
you right here. Look what a family that owns it.
over there.
There's the owners right there and all their youngins. Look at there. What some pretty youngins. They got gift certificates, and man, oh man, look right here. These are fresh
Whoa.
sent to me today, guys. Peach Depot, Iron City, Georgia. All your produce needs, all your peach needs. The peaches are coming in. The produce will be coming in. Man, you do not want to miss it. It is on Highway 84, right across from the Dollar General store. The peach ice cream is off the chain. They opened last weekend. They'll be open this weekend. Follow them for updates on their Facebook page at the Peach Depot for all the produce that will be coming in. Hey, look right here, man. That peach bit into right there, that looks, I mean, you can't get any fresher than that right there.
No.
Go get you a bushel of peaches from them at the Peach Depot this weekend in Iron City, Georgia.
Mm. Man, that I just see when I see that I see peach cobbler just all over it.
Mm,
Mm-mm-mm.
I
Good
like it,
Lord.
Peter, a little bit with juice be running down your elbow. You
Yes,
be like
sir.
that. I'm gonna tell you something else they got good too, Marvin. Over there, some boiled peanuts. They got as good a boiled peanuts as you'll ever buy. You may boil them better at your house, but they won't be. You won't buy none no better. They ain't got them too salty. They got them salty enough. They good. They tender. They cook just right.
wow.
Boiled peanuts, a delicacy.
Hey, man, you can. And look right there. Look what a young family that owns and operates the Peach Depot right here.
Hmm.
Right here in Seminole and Miller County, and now have invested in a business right there in Iron City, Georgia, and serving all the people of Southwest Georgia, Northwest Florida, and Southeast Alabama. I promise you guys, it's worth your drive to come over to
Yep.
Iron City, Georgia, to the Peach Depot.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Marvin, let's do a little shout out if we got a minute here to one of our viewers that watches us. Uh, I run up with her mother there in the Pick and Save grocery store in Coffee from time to time, and she's one of our viewers that watch us every chance she gets, every time she gets, and her name is Victoria Smith, and she is a big friend of ours. Queasel knows her. Me and Marvin know her well, and every time she'll be in there with her mother, sometime working in there in the Pick and Save, and she lights up when she sees old Floyd, and I get a big hug from her every time. And she's just a sweetheart, and if she won't make
She
your day,
is.
if she won't make your day, then you got an old cold tater for a heart. So
That's
y'all,
right.
Hey,
let's give a shout out to Miss Victoria.
Miss
we love
Victoria.
you, Victoria. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I mean, she's been watching us since day one, and we
Sure
Yep.
have,
appreciate you,
sure
Victoria.
have.
We love you, girl. We do.
Thank you, Marvin. That was a good, cool deal.
Yeah, we appreciate all of our viewers.
Everybody that watches us, we love y'all equally. Go ahead and
Yes.
tell you right now.
And many of y'all are here every single Thursday to spend an hour with us, and we appreciate that. We do not take it for granted. I promise you that. We do not take it for granted. I got to pay another bill here. Let me see who I want to pay right here. Let's do this one. Queasel, tell them about the holstered nine and Phillips Auto Parts.
That's the place. If you think you need a gun of any kind, these are the folks you need to talk to. They specialize in any kind of long gun you want, shotguns, rifles. They got the long personal protection guns. If that's what you're looking for, they got the ammunition for all of that. Handguns, they got a huge selection of handguns, any size, shape. If you want a revolver, if you want an automatic, whatever it is you want, they got it. And here's the thing about them: if you're not sure what you want, go in and talk to them and tell them, and let them maybe make some suggestions. They know what kind of guns they have. They know what's will fit your needs the best. Anything they sell in there is good. They got it's May. I know ain't a lot going on. I'm not a hunter, so I ain't sure if turkey season's still a hunting or not. I don't know, but I know for long hunting season to be here, and it's time to start getting everything ready for that. They got all your different kind of ammunition. They got all kind of hunting supplies, deer hunting. They got the scopes. The hog hunters, they got everything they need to get you to keep you fixed up. Hog hunting is getting to be serious business here in southwest Georgia and southeast Alabama and North Florida. It's these hogs, these feral hogs, is eating up these crops, and it's getting to be big business. They got everything you need for that. Step next door, and they have a full line of automotive parts, pickup truck parts, oil filters. They got all the different kind of lubricants that farmers need, hydraulic fluid, grease. They got it all. If you want something to shine up that truck or that tractor or that car with, full line of that. Got a just a outstanding little gift shop for the different variety of gifts for the ladies to look at, and never hurts to if you in there buying you some parts, fellas, would never hurt to pick up your wife or a little something. And they the home of those Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grills. Uh, they are catching on and selling like hotcakes. And the thing about them is you can get all kind of different flavored rabbit pellets you want to go in there, and they got them all. It just good a smoker as you ever want to need. If you need to grill, they you can grill, bake a cake on them, make a pie on them. Anything you want to do, you can do it on that rabbit pellet grill. Go see them. Phillips Auto Parts, the Holster 9, 27, just south of the square in Concord, right under those two American flags.
Hey guys, did y'all see where that the president is trying to reopen the Rock, Alcatraz?
That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Yeah.
That'll work long as they don't put nobody from Miller County in there.
They'll be out there. They put if they in Miller County, they'll break out.
We
They'll-
get out
Yeah.
there.
they'll work. Yeah, they better tell them that. They better tell. But here, I don't think it'll hold all these folks. Marvin, what are you talking about? Here's what I think y'all do. Just you start out with just building a big wall all the way around San Francisco. Put it about 12 feet high, electrify it, razor wire, just San Francisco. Just put your wall in there, just around the city limits of San Francisco. Start out with that. Put your MS-13 members and all that in there. They'll fit right in. They won't. San Francisco won't even know that they're there because they'll fit right in with the population of San Francisco. They'll tear everything down. Of course, they'll steal everything that's in a store anywhere. They'll go ahead and steal it and tear it. But just put them in there, build that wall around San Francisco, and then then go to Los Angeles. And build you another wall around Los Angeles. But Los Angeles, it don't look like San Francisco. Los Angeles, everything burn up. In Los
Yeah.
Angeles, so they'll have problems with that.
Ain't
But just put them in there, and that's all you
ain't
got.
ain't we got an island off the northeast coast up there? They could put them on Florida. It would make a
Yeah,
good
Martha's
place.
Vineyard. Put them,
Yes.
put them in. Just wall in Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard loves them so much. And another, what is that? Maryland, man, Maryland loves them. They sent them
Yeah.
down to El Salvador to
Yeah.
retrieve one. So just fence in Maryland and put them in there.
If you had to
It's
sum
probably
up,
be solved.
if you had to sum up that senator that went down there, how would you sum him up?
Number one, you listen to he smoked way too much weed. It's number one is what his problem is. He smoked way too much weed because he's all time smiling. He's always smiling. Even when he's down there with a notorious killer, holding his hand, he's smiling. So that's pretty much a giveaway right there. On him.
Yeah. They
He
still
wouldn't
coming up.
last. I tell you what he wouldn't do. He wouldn't last 3 days if you was to turn him out up there with Wayne Gucci up there hunting hogs up there around Hen Town. He would disappear in one of the fields out there. He'd get consumed by the corn.
One of them wild hogs that eat him.
And wild hogs to get it. The only thing that'd be left of him, you might see his cap or his hat or something, or a belt that they want him to have in his mouth, and that'd be all. But that'd be a good place to put him up there with Gucci for about a week up there hunting hogs up there in early County. Him and Johnny Miller. Put him with Johnny Miller and put a knife in his hand and follow Johnny around, and Johnny said, "There he is, right there, and I go kill him." So he talk about the mohawk with the tushes like that. Yeah, that's right there. He needs to. That Senator Van Hollen from Maryland needs to hook up with Johnny Miller and Wayne Dixon.
Hey
See how
guys,
long he lasts.
I got a text just then, a Newsmax post. The liberals are fixing to flip their lid. Fox News' Judge Jeanine Pirro has been tapped by President Trump as the interim U.S. attorney for Washington, D.C.
She finna clean the house.
Woo!
Oh,
That,
You talking
man.
about putting a flame on some rear ends. It just happened right then.
She done got the heat cranked up on her. But they ain't felt the heat yet. She just got it on a
No.
low burn. She just got the pilot light lit.
do you think
Man.
she's afraid of any of them men in Washington?
I don't think so.
She ain't scared of not one
No.
living soul up there.
I don't think so.
Ain't nothing like Trump. I tell you what, I love him. Everybody that Trump's got it. Everybody is smart that works for Donald Trump.
That's right.
They are smart.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Smart people.
that's it.
That's exactly right. That's the secret.
That's it. Charlie, tell them about TKs.
Well, I got a confession to make. I was gonna have lunch over there on Friday, but I got my Alabama and my Georgia Times mixed up. So I got there $1 short, if you know what I mean. But y'all don't do that. Check the operating hours and make sure it's in Eastern time zone. TK's Bar and Grill, located at 571 North Cuthbert Street, right there on the intersection. Beautiful place. But the thing about it that everybody tells me, no matter how good it looks outside, get inside. Get those catfish fillets. Get those home cut fries. Get all that good groceries they have at TK's Bar and Grill. Your family will appreciate it. Take a group from church as the Free Willies and the Flat Creek folks meet there on Wednesday nights. I think they kind of fight over who gets there first, but it's all because they got a great product, some great food. Anything you might want, you'll find it. TK's Bar and Grill. I want to try those catfish fillets because Queasel and Floyd and even the preacher, that's all they talk about. The great food. Do business with local folks like the folks at TK's in Colquitt, Georgia.
Y'all look up there in the corner, watching from Eagle River, Alaska, with a couple of more Colquitt, Georgia natives.
How about that?
Wow.
Man, thank y'all. Thank y'all for watching that back.
Man, we appreciate that.
Thank y'all for that. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you
Man.
got something out of it.
I bet it's cold up there though.
They
Yeah,
4
yeah.
hours. They 4 hours behind us. Maybe 5. I don't know.
I don't know.
Time is meaningless in the eyes of creativity.
You also said what time is meaningless to a hog.
Time is meaningless to a hog.
Getting
But
deep.
this is in the eyes of creativity.
That's
Time
it.
means nothing in the eyes of creativity.
No. No.
4.
4 hours behind. So
What's
it's,
Christian? What's the degree? How cold is it up there?
Yeah.
I
It's
wouldn't
going to
fare
be colder
well
than it is down here. It's probably colder than your mother-in-law's love.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm going to say, well, it ain't got dark there yet, but it's probably, I bet the height of day was in the 60s if it wasn't raining, probably.
Marvin's been up there. Marvin's been to Alaska. He bought me some socks from up there. Look at that, 53 today.
53.
I was close right there, baby. Yes, sir.
I've been.
Woo.
Marvin's been to Alaska. Marvin's been everywhere. He's a Hank Snow. Marvin's been everywhere.
Yeah, I like that. I'd love to be sitting outside right now in Alaska, eating some Vienna sausage and watermelon and mullet roll in a pair of Bermuda shorts.
What'd you say, Marv? He's been everywhere, but
Been everywhere, but he's seen everything but the wind, and been everywhere but to the electric chair.
Oh How about it, Floyd? Tell them about them right there.
Oh man, one of my good friends up in Bacon County up there, LAE Farm, Etheridge, Mr. Etheridge, Alan Etheridge up there runs this place. Blueberries, he got some of the best blueberries you'll ever put in your mouth. $25 for 5 pounds. Go by, order them, check them out. LAE Farms, give them a call. They listed LAE Farms blueberries. They packing them things, they shipping them out just as fast as they picking them. I'm talking about a first class operation and some of the finest blueberries you'll ever eat in your life. Now these blueberries are suitable for gift giving. So if you got somebody you really like or somebody you really trying to impress, go buy you a 5-pound box of them things for $25 and take them to. Maybe you got a banker somebody that you're trying to borrow some money from or do some business with, or maybe you got somebody that you're trying to close out a real estate deal with them or something. Go by there and get them a 5-pound box of those blueberries for $25. Take them to them, and I tell you what, they'll have a turn. They'll have a change of heart after seeing what you just brought them, because that is a special treat right there. Those blueberries from LAE Farms in Newton, Georgia, right out there, right on Travelers Rest Road out there, right off of Highway 200. Great folks, good people, something that you can eat and you can enjoy. And you can put them in your freezer and freeze them and get them out when you want to and make you a pie. Just eat them just like they are. But go see them up there. Good people, got a good operation. You'll love them. Good blueberries, a good product at a good price.
Hey, Floyd, now I want you to throw this in next week. You talked about if you got a banker or good friend or doing about. How about this one? If you got a preacher you love, pick him up a box of blueberries.
Exactly right. Yeah. If you got a preacher, look here. If you got a preacher that reaches out and touches you, and you can feel something when he's preaching, instead of feeling for if your pocketbook's been picked or not.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
I'm just
Instead of
telling
feeling
you,
that hand going in
if you
that
got a
back
good
pocket.
preacher that you love, you sit it. Now I don't know what he's gonna do with them. He ain't gonna make no pie out of them or nothing like that. He'll eat them right out of the box. He'll eat 5 pounds of blueberries. Some of the ones I know, they'll eat 5 pounds of blueberries pretty quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, Berry Hill Auctioneers, TC Berry Hill, our good friend, our confidant since day one, sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of Floyd's list of impossibilities and a whole lot more. Big shout out, Mr. TC Berry Hill, our friend, Berry Hill Auctioneers. Take it away,
Talked to him this
Floyd.
week. I talked to him yesterday or either the day before. He called checking in on me and Nadine. He's on the road. He said he's been very successful this year, having some good auctions all across the United States of America, doing good. He's appreciates us advertising for him. He said his business has been about 3 or 4 fold since he started advertising with us. His business has picked up so much, and he just can't get enough of the Dirt Road Sports. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports. He loves us, and we love TC. But we got Floyd's short list, and now I got a couple here on Floyd's impossibilities, really, and then I got one of Floyd's revelations. It came to me today.
Mm, mm.
Impossibility that any gun grabbing, open borders Democrat that owns a home. Remember, there's a lot of gun grabbing, open borders Democrats that do not own a home. You can look at them and tell they don't own a home. But any of them that own a home, that you will ever see a sign placed in his yard that says, "This is a gun-free zone and all the doors to our home are unlocked." Find you a Democrat that's all in on all this open border stuff and all this and everything. So ask them, do they lock their doors at night? When they and say, I got a sign for you. Dirt Road, Charlie Platt and Dirt Road Sports got a sign they want you to put in your yard that it says a gun-free zone and none of the doors in our home are locked. So just make yourself at home. See how that goes with you. See how that goes with you. Tell me how that works out with the Democrats you're talking to. Impossibility that there will ever be peace on earth as long as there is one Muslim terrorist still living and that there is one rock left for the Muslim terrorist to throw at an infidel or a Jew. Impossibility. There'll never be
Yep.
peace on earth as long as there's one Muslim left and one rock left that he can throw at somebody. Floyd's revelation.
Uh-oh.
Watching the Pope get all the accolades and everything. I don't know how many people were there. Anybody know how many people were there? How many? 10,000, 50,000, 100,000,
Probably several, probably 200,000.
200,000, 200,000 people, all standing. There were no. I did not see anybody sitting down. I saw everybody standing up, shoulder to shoulder for hours while they're waiting for the white smoke to come out. Then when the white smoke come out, they still stood for another couple of hours waiting for the Pope to make his appearance. Floyd did not observe a single porta potty at the Vatican City prior to the announcement of the new Pope. And I'm going to further have some observations. Somebody in that crowd of 200,000, I knew had a bowel evacuation emergency that they needed to
I
see.
knew that was coming.
If anybody has any information on where the porta potties were, I did not see one. But you can see a porta potty, you can see one from space, the color that they are. And especially when they lined up for 200,000 people, not one porta potty there. And I kept looking at it. I saw one old big fat boy. He was jumping around pretty strong in there. And I saw him. He was running around jumping. And I said, I know he's fixing to get in a tight. But I can let sweat popping off his face, and everything. He was putting up a good front, but that sweat done started beating up on his face and running down his neck. He was acting like there wasn't nothing wrong, but he had to quit jumping after just a little bit, because if he kept with that jumping, it'd have been all over with for him.
Yeah.
If anybody saw it at porta potty, send me a picture of it. Send us a picture of it. We'd love to know.
Yeah, if it,
Ooh.
It's like going to the tag office or city hall. You can observe people. It's like Charlie said, you ain't got to watch television. Just go there.
No.
Go where people congregate, and you will be entertained. I promise you.
Floyd, you talking about old kid jumping around a lot. Well, listen, when he gets serious, that sweat gets to beating up, and they get serious, they get real still.
They get still. They
Yeah,
do. They
real
get
still,
They
kind of like a
grow up.
punk guinea.
Don't move. Don't move.
Don't move. Don't
I
even
saw
look at
somebody
me.
I saw somebody in that situation one time, but
Was it?
we'll save that for another
I
night.
can
But
tell you
I-
this. I would not have put myself in that predicament right there. I promise you that.
No,
I'm not.
first thing you want to do where there's 200,000 people, as you know, is going to be there. The first thing you want to do, here's the first thing I would be look, where can I sit down and get in the shade at? That'd be the first thing that I'd look for. Second thing I'd be looking for, where's the porta potties at?
I done told y'all this last week. I ain't worried about the exit or how to get out. All I'm caring about is where is the nearest porta potty.
yeah, and I tell you that you said two things. I tell you thing number 3: don't eat no goat cheese.
Yeah.
And could that look that you saw in the sweat popping out been in an elevator somewhere, Queasy?
It could have been.
Okay.
It could have been.
I thought I heard something about that. Oh, we want to do some weather now?
Yeah,
Well,
go
he,
ahead.
Joe.
he can throw stuff up quicker than anything I've ever seen. It's been, come on, boy. I got a chihuahua on one side and a doodle on the other that are going crazy. And the reason they're going crazy, it's thundering over here in Kinsey, Alabama right now. We got a thunderstorm to the north of us, a little bit of rain right here. But folks, get ready for 3 days of it pretty much. In fact, going to 4 days of it. Tomorrow afternoon, it really picks up. The coverage does. Saturday and Sunday, I'm looking at some forecast up to 3 to 4 inches of rain before we get out of this by Tuesday. And then when we get out of it by Tuesday, get ready for a hot summertime atmosphere. Thursday, 88. Friday and Saturday of next weekend, I'm looking at some projections of up to 95 degrees. Yeah, 95 degrees. But you see what we're going to ride this kind of a roller coaster Kelly Crop Insurance, thank you folks for what you do, for being with us on Thursday nights, and what you do for the area farmers. Kelly Crop Insurance, Colquitt, Georgia. Now, are you going to give me a temporary license to preach right now, Marvin?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've got two in the amen corner here with me. One is Floyd and one is Queasel. And I think the three of us can agree on this because the three of us have, through the years, lost the celebration of Sunday, and that would be Mother's Day. Don't, don't let it happen to you. On Sunday, Marvin should get up and go to his mama's and have Miss Diane breakfast in bed. He should pamper her all day long. It's not about, well, I'm going to call and get mama some flowers, or I'm going to stop by and see her. No, spend time with her, because you don't ever know when that day comes up on the clock and she won't be there anymore. Yesterday made 5 years since my mama left us.
Have mercy.
And I think about it every day. Every day I think about her. And I wish I could go back and spend another Mother's Day with her.
Mm.
And she'll be in my thoughts. But if you got a mama out there, I don't care if you're 25 years old, I don't care if you're 55 years old, whatever it is. If you had something you wanted to do, play golf, go fishing, do this, do that, hey, take some good advice from somebody who's been there and done it all. Take care of your mama come Sunday, because you never know when you won't have her anymore.
Amen, bro.
You're
right.
A lot of our friends that watch us and are acquaintances with us need prayer. I want to say a special hello to Pam and Charles Pickle. We're thinking about you folks and all those who are in need of prayer. Prayer works. Weasel and I will attest to that every day of the week, and twice or three times on Sunday. Pray for the nation. Pray for our leaders. And with that, I'm gonna leave it with you, old Georgia man.
Charlie, you covered it up pretty strong tonight. I ain't much left to
Well,
say.
well, no, I mean, it's the truth. You know,
Yeah,
it's the truth, and Floyd knows it's the truth, and
that
folks who's
license.
lost their mama knows it's the
Yeah,
truth. If you got her, take
you
care of her
better.
Sunday. Yep.
Um, that's exactly what I was gonna say, but I don't believe I can say it as good as Charlie said it. So I'm
Uh,
just gonna say, I agree with Charlie. Don't forget what Sunday is, and it. Uh, I'm just like him. I'd give anything in the world to just be able
yeah, yeah.
to just maybe have one more with my mama. But um, don't forget what it is. Uh, you just need to remember this: when ain't nobody else in this world that love you, your mama loves you. You can count on
Amen.
that. So, but thank y'all for watching and appreciate it. It's good that you trust us enough. Let us come in your house. I hope we don't never disappoint you. I hope if you're having a bad night, we can bring a smile to your face. That's all we want to do is we can make you smile. We feel like we have accomplished our job. We don't do nothing but tell the truth. And if you tell the truth, you ain't never got to remember what you said. So that's kind of what Daddy always told me. Thank y'all for letting us in. If you see a veteran, thank them for what they do. They make our country free like it is. If you see a law enforcement officer, a deputy, a sheriff, a police officer, a trooper, uh, 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 state investigative agency, whatever you see that enforces the law, if you see a firefighter, paramedic, uh, EMT, tell them thank you. Tell them you appreciate what they do, because a lot of times that's all they get, and a lot of times that's all they need. That's the encouragement they
Hmm.
need to keep doing what they do. And we love y'all. Pray for our nation, like Charlie said. But with all the problems, we still live in the greatest nation that there is, and I am thankful for that. Uh, we'll we we don't count our blessings as much as we should. We got way more to be thankful for than we ever thought about. And Floyd's fit to tell you about that. So, Floyd, go ahead.
Thank you, Quaisle. I just saw one of my friends pop up on here talking to his mother. Said, "I love you, Mama." His mama was watching. Let me tell you what you do. If you got a mama, call her right now. Don't wait till Sunday. You call her right now and tell her you love her. You tell her that you appreciate what she done for you and that you would not be the person you are today was it not for your mother. Call your mom and tell her that you love. Don't wait till Sunday. Let me tell you, Sunday may be too late. It's like that old Farley Taylor song we was talking about. It's too late to send pretty flowers. Uh, sometimes, sometimes time time catches up with us, and it is too late to send pretty flowers. Tell your mama you love her if she's still alive, and if she's in heaven, you tell her you love her and you thank her for that, for what she did for you in your life. Uh, Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Always be prepared. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know where you are at all times, and know who the people are that are around you. Do not be caught in a situation where you do not know what's fixing to happen next. Uh, always surround yourself with like-minded people, people
Mm-hmm.
that think like you do, and people who are a lot like you. Surround yourself with like-minded people. And tonight, when you lay down in that bed, it's gonna be cool. You're gonna have a fan going on. You're gonna have your air conditioner going. You're gonna be in a good, clean bed, good, clean sheets on it. You start thanking God Almighty above for what He's done for you today, just today, and you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking Him. Good night, y'all. We
Amen.
love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Lord willing, we'll see y'all next week.
Oh,
Hey
yeah.
guys, thank you to Ziggy B's Sawega Meat Company, TK's Bar and Grill, Phillips Auto Parts, and the Holstered Nine, LAE Farm, Sheila Law Custom Cattle Services, Peach Depot, Southern Hissy Fits, Berry Hill Auctioneers, and Kelly Crop Insurance. We appreciate you. Hey guys, we love y'all. Happy Mother's Day to all you mamas out there. Happy Mother's Day. Sunday's coming. If you can go be at church with your mama, go be at church with your mama on Sunday for Mother's Day. Here's our scripture for this week. However, as it is written, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. We serve a God that loves us, and we ought to love Him back. Hey, guys, Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise. We'll be right back here next week, same time, same place, for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter who you do it with, no matter if you are in a competition against a midget Mexican moped rider, always be
Be
particular.
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 Good night, y'all.